Robert.
Hi Mark, fancy running into you.
Robert, may I introduce Narinder Kapoor to you? We studied biology together in London. It seems a lifetime ago. So many things have changed since then. Narinder and I were just discussing whether scientists still read on paper. How do you find the information you need for your historical research?
Usually in the library, though interlibrary loans can be excruciating wait.
Really? I find everything online, 24/7, and for free too.
There's no such thing as a free lunch. Don't forget your library pays for that costly subscription to Nature, Cell and Science.
Are you kidding? The articles are written by our colleagues. We handle the peer review and our research is paid for by our universities.
For the past 150 years, universities have paid academics to do research and write about it, and scientists have given their articles away for free.
Free? We science academics pay page charges.
Ironic, isn't it? To publishers to take over all copyright and the content of the research results of the academics and then sell the publications to the libraries of exactly the same universities that paid for the research in the first place. It's a vicious cycle. And the icing on the cake, science buys its own content from publishers who use the revenues to please their shareholders.
Robert, you are so right. Historians are great analysts. But tell me this, do you really go to a library to get books? It sounds, old school.
Oh come on, you and your stereotypes. Sure, I use my Kindle, but it adds up, especially since it's out of budget, which means I pay for it out of my own pocket.
Incredible! I can download all my e-articles without any problem whatsoever.
Exactly, because the bulk of the information you find if you're part of a university network is licensed through the library budget.
Perhaps that's why I cannot find the information I was telling you about, Mark. My Indian university is not attached to those networks.
Maybe your library can't afford those licenses, so the articles you write are turned down because you can't cite the renowned journals, and Harvard and Cambridge sneer at it and say that nothing much comes from India.
Perhaps we should choose to be published in open access, if we can find the necessary funding.
At least with open access publishing, Indian scholars will be able to get all the articles too. Robert, could this also apply to historians?
It sounds convincing, but in humanities and social sciences, we need significant page length for, the long argument. And personally, I just love books.
Oh, you sound like a Babylonian hopelessly in love with his clay tablet. Consider this. You spend years writing your long argument. Your publisher happily takes the subsidies you've had to beg for. 300 copies are sold to hopefully 250 libraries worldwide. And then, it's dust collection time. Think of your potential reach through the internet.
Okay, but what happens to my book?
You mean your long argument on paper? You can still have it, and probably should have it. Nobody wants to read a 300-page argument online.
So what are we saying?
1. All research results should be disseminated in an open access mode.
It was paid for by public money, so everybody should be able to read it.
2. All academic authors would love to see their publications in open access.
So more colleagues will be able to see it.
And 3. All academics will profit of open access publications.
Because then they can build upon published results.
Without any constraints.
Gentlemen, I think we finally agree. Shall we toast?